What up, folks? Welcome to Nerd Report. It is Sunday. I apologize for being late. We had some internet issues. We're going to go through some stuff that happened today, some videos, some news, some stuff that's kind of, honestly, it's pretty triggering. But we'll talk about the Texas incident with the kid in the track and field and some other stuff as well. This one was this morning. I saw this press conference. We're gonna listen to it. It's pretty crazy, man. It involves children and some guy attacking them. So let's check that out, everybody. Thank you for coming on in here. Did everyone get notified? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you guys can hear this okay with the audio. Actually, let me make sure the audio is good for you all before I even do this, so I'm a little bit more sure of the situation. Here we go. Add right there. You guys got notified. Thank you very much. Renee, I saw you. Tammy, Ann, John, everybody coming on in here. This one's triggering, folks. Let's react to this one.
Walking up to the microphone. Let's listen in.
You guys hear this?
Good? Good, Frank?
NYPD update on officer involved bang bang in Brooklyn.
All right. Good afternoon. I'm Commissioner Jessica Tisch. I am joined today by Chief of Department John Schell, Assistant Chief Frank Giordano from Patrol Bureau Brooklyn South, and Deputy Chief Rohan Griffith from our Force Investigation Division. A horrific scene this morning inside a Bensonhurst home in the 6th
Trigger warning.
2 precinct, and a family devastated by unspeakable violence. The information I'm about to provide is preliminary, and it is, of course, subject to change. At approximately 10:15 this morning, a heartbreaking call came into 911 for an assault in progress. The 11-year-old caller stated that she and her siblings had been stabbed by her uncle.
Terrible.
She did not know her address. Quick
A
thinking.
lot of kids don't know their address, man. A lot of kids don't know their address.
Police communications technicians at the 911 call center use the technology at their disposal to get an address from the location of the phone that the child was using. Based on that information, officers responded to 1671 84th Street in the confines of the 6-2 precinct. When officers and EMS arrived, they were let into the first floor by an uninjured child and led into a small vestibule facing 2 more doors. At that point, they heard screams coming from behind the door to their left and immediately began forcing their way into the apartment, kicking down the door. Once they entered, they encountered a man standing near the entrance holding a large meat cleaver covered in blood. And they could see blood on the floor and the walls of the home. The officers ordered the man to drop the weapon several times. He refused and advanced towards them. 2 officers discharged their firearms, firing 7 total rounds between them and striking the subject, ending the threat. This encounter is captured on body-worn camera video. Inside the apartment, officers found 4 female victims aged 16, 13, 11, and 8.
Not a good way to start your Sunday.
All had serious slash and stab wounds, and responding officers and EMS provided emergency medical care on scene before the victims were removed to Maimonides Hospital. At this time, all 4 children, thank God, are expected to survive, but this could have ended very differently. Officers and EMS arrived at the door within minutes of receiving the 911 call. Their fast, decisive action, pinpointing the location and taking down the door, absolutely saved the lives of these young girls, and I was proud to tell them as much. Seconds matter in these situations, especially when dealing with multiple stab wounds, and our officers did not hesitate for a moment. I also want to speak of the heroics of the children involved. The 11-year-old 911 caller, who herself was a victim, hid in a room to call the police, and a young uninjured boy ran in to alert a neighbor. Our cops were removed to Lutheran Hospital for evaluation, and I visited them there a few moments ago to check on them and to personally thank them. I am happy to report that they are going to be fine. Here's what we know about the perp at this time. His name is Lung Chen, 49 years old. His exact relationship to the victims is under investigation, but we believe that he is a relative. He was also treated on scene and transported to Maimonides Hospital in critical condition. 2 knives were recovered, 1 large cleaver in Mr. Chen's possession, and another bloody knife was found in another room. Obviously, the motive behind this horrific attack is still under investigation, and we will provide more information when we have it. According to family members, though, Chen does have a history of mental illness.
Then why is he out? Why is he out? He has mental illness. Why is he out?
Tell you that there seems to be no prior DV history at this location. But here is the bottom line. Right now, we have 4 children who are still alive because of the quick thinking and decisive action of your NYPD officers and EMTs. I want to thank and commend all involved, responding officers, EMS, the 911 call center personnel, hospital staff, and everyone who worked together to save these girls' lives. These are true heroes, and they did an exceptional job today. We are now happy to take any questions you might have.
I vote you time for a few questions.
You just mentioned that there's some type of mental health illnesses when it comes to the perpetrator. Has any type of resources that you know have been allocated to this home to treat that, or could this be prevented? Any more resources?
Right now, there is no history at this home through NYPD of any instance whatsoever. And the information the commissioners provided was provided to us from the family just now.
We go to Dean Moses in New York.
Was he lived at this location? If he wasn't, do you know why he came to this location?
It appears he lived here. As to the motive as to why this happened, other than mental illness, we don't know. Our force investigation division will be going through this the next couple hours to figure this out in the next couple of days, for that matter.
We're going to go to 1071 Montreal.
How many other people were living in the house at the time?
Right now, we don't know in totality, but we know there was 5 children in there, 4 hurt, and a young man who so bravely went to the neighbors to alert the neighbors to call us, and also that 11-year-old who went to that room and made that call. Quite heroic on their behalf.
So just for clarification, 5 children and the attacker.
5 children, 4 hurt. 1's a young man, went to the neighbors, and the attacker. You're correct.
Crazy.
Any other questions?
Was one of the people,
Kevin Sheehan here.
was one of the people that was attacked a babysitter, as far as we know?
We're going to work through that as to exactly who is who in that apartment.
Any other, I'm going to go to.
We were the parents of the kids.
Well, this might be the father of some of them or the uncle. Again, we're going to work through that, and we believe the mother was out of the house.
All right, folks, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
That's all we know about that. It's a terrible one. Let's see what else is out there. This guy with the boat rage. Do you guys see this?
On the water.
All right. I guess this guy was floating his boat like in the area where
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro. Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please. Apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You're gonna cuss me the all right, bro. No, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. My boat. Okay. Please.
Apologize.
I'm sorry, bro. That was not me, bro.
Yes, it was.
I know I was here, but my buddy was on the boat.
Back to my
Sir, I'm a kid, bro. Please, bro.
I don't care. You don't cuss me
Yes,
out.
all right.
Talk to me, my.
Yes, sir.
You don't do it.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't like cussing you out,
Yes,
though, bro.
you were, dude.
I was driving the boat.
Did
Okay.
you not call me a?
No, bro.
Yes,
that was
you did,
my friend on the. Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry, bro.
That was your friend on the boat.
I'm sorry, bro.
Your friend are look at it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do it again and watch what.
Get back on the boat.
Don't again.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I appreciate y'all, bro.
Lights on!
Bro, you shouldn't come flying through the middle of the bridge. You know people fish here, bro.
I know.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's what you want to hear, bro.
Yeah, you should apologize.
But bro,
On the water more than you can possibly fathom in your water.
me too, bro. I'm out here all the time, bro.
I'm 300 days a year on the water.
All right,
Every
bro.
day, I'm the best charter captain you will ever meet in your mother.
All right, bro.
Cuss me out.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro.
Don't hit the
Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please.
apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm
Exactly,
sorry,
man.
bro.
You're gonna cuss me the
All right,
in
bro.
the middle of the
Oh, bro. Please, bro. Please,
Get back to my
bro.
boat.
Okay. Please.
Apologize.
I'm sorry, bro. That was not me, bro.
Yes, it was.
I know I
motherfucker.
was here, but my buddy was
Take
on the
me
boat.
back to my fucking
Sir,
boat.
I'm a kid, bro. Please,
I
bro.
don't care. You don't cuss me
Yes,
the out.
All
and
right.
talk to me, mother.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't do it.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't like cussing you out,
Yes,
though,
you
bro.
were, dude.
I was driving the boat.
Did
Okay.
you not call me a?
No, bro.
Yes,
that was
you did,
that was
motherfucker.
my friend on the. Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry, bro.
That was your friend on the boat.
I'm sorry, bro.
You and your friend are looking at it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do
I'm-
it again and watch what. Get back on this boat. Don't again.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I appreciate y'all, bro.
Lights on.
Bro, you shouldn't come flying.
All right, there we go with that. Crazy video number 2, right? All right, let's get to those kids in Texas. There was a GoFundMe. You guys heard about this? The track meet where I guess this kid right here was in the wrong area. Like, it's kind of like unclear. Was it a fan area? Was it a locker room type of thing where the supply was? But anyways, there was a GoFundMe for him, for Carmelo Anthony. I guess that's the guy with the knife allegedly, right? And it raised $60,000. I can't find the GoFundMe anywhere. I don't know if it was. I heard it was deleted too, so I don't know what's going on with that. So this is for his defense team. Some people think it was self-defense and stuff. So that's what's going on with that. And then we have a report here. Folks, we're gonna go over and react to it. And also, I want to remind everybody that I got some weird messages after I reported on this in the comments, like saying stuff that I didn't really even say. Like, I wasn't taking this topic serious. I was. I don't know what you're talking about. So please don't come to this channel with preconceived notions of something you heard somewhere else and then think you heard it here. And if you have a problem with like listening comprehension or anything like that, or assuming shit, get the hell out of the channel, man. You know, get some mental help, because there's literally people saying that the people here were not taking this topic serious. We were taking it serious, all right? You know, and I have no sympathy when you try to put words in my mouth. I really don't like that. I'm not going to say, oh, you misunderstood or anything like that. You're an idiot. That's what you are. So don't come in here assuming anything or you know, hearing what you want to hear. Listen to what we're saying, and that's it. Well, what I said is what I said. Don't add things or subtract or if you have, like, again, if you don't understand English properly, then get out. Don't be accusing me of shit. I'm not in the mood for that. Especially with this. I'm not going to come out here and without the evidence make up stuff either. All right. I'm going to go with what the evidence is. If you want to accuse someone of something that's not out there, by no means use your platform here on YouTube and accuse people, and good luck with the lawsuit. I do not recommend that, but that's your prerogative to do. All right. What's up, Karen? Because I love you, what you do. Louis, great. So is this channel. Thank you so much for that donation. You can support the channel with a nice, generous donation like Karen did. Hit the like, become a member, whatever. Just be here. with the conversation. Thank you, Karen. Yeah. What's up, Eve? Yeah, you were here yesterday, and some people were like saying that I wasn't taking this serious. It's like, no, you didn't say that, but other people were in the comments. I'm like, what are you listening to? Like, I didn't. There were trolls in the comments, and we got rid of them. Yeah, there was a troll, but don't confuse me with the troll. What people write on the comments is not. And if you're gonna do that, get out. Don't be part of this channel. I don't need you. I got too many people watching this channel, actually. I don't need retarded people. And yes, I use the R word. I don't care. Sue me. Yeah, we took it serious, Eve. I think the real retards are the ones that don't want that word used, because that's what you are. Okay? Thanks, Karen, for that. 39 months. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday, Nerd Report, my favorite. If you get offended easy and you put stuff in my mouth, get out. I don't need you here. I have too many friends. 37. That's amazing right here watching. I use that word too. I don't think it's okay. I think it is okay now. Yeah, I mean, people that don't want that word used is because they are that, okay? That's why. Okay, let's go over this. Well, it's meant for people, honestly, like to me, it's meant for people who don't have common sense. It's not really a diagnosis and everything and stuff. I don't mean it as like if you have something wrong with you that you're that really. I just think if you're coming in here assuming and getting offended, you're a retard. That's it. Has nothing. It's a slang. All right, Karen, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Hit those emojis. Hit those emojis. I can't use it because I'm a doc of psychology. They'll come for me. Well, I mean, that's too bad. Thank you so much, Karen, for being a member, for gifting those memberships. Hearts for you in the comments. Also, we got some more support, honestly. Paula says, you are honest and tell it like you see it. You're awesome, Lewis. Thank you, Paula. Compliments will get you everywhere, too. Thank you so much for that. Again, I'm just upset because this is a very tragic situation. It could happen to anyone's kid and everything. I think people take sports way too serious at a very young age. And from what I see, it was totally wrong to bring out a knife in this situation. But that's all I have to go with. I'm not going to get here and add to the situation or and stuff. That's what I said. If you disagree, well then, what could I do? This is a very serious topic to me. And it should be for everybody. I've gone through this in high school with kids, the jocks taking shit too serious, if that's what happened, and everything. But to come in my comments after and call me out for something you probably heard somewhere else, I have no patience or sympathy for you. You are a dumbass. You are a dumb ass. I don't need to explain myself. But Paula, thank you so much for that donation. Teens take stuff too serious. We take sports way too serious, if you ask me. When I do something stupid, I always say I hate it when my special shines. I have a child with intellectual disability. In this day and age, the word retarded is not aimed at her or others like her. Exactly. It is aimed at idiots. Yeah. Retarded means you're an idiot. Okay. It's a slang. It doesn't mean somebody that has disabilities. That's what it means. Okay. It's a slang for that. All right. It's someone who's an idiot. That's the way it goes. I don't know why that would even be a medical term. That's weird. That would be a medical term, right? I don't even. Is it a medical term? I don't even think so. Maybe it is. It shouldn't be.
The 17-year-old
guys
accused
hear
of
this?
fatally stabbing a Texas student athlete during a track meet allegedly admitted to the crime. Now, he also asked officers if his actions.
Okay, so allegedly he admitted to the crime, and he also asked if it was self-defense to the officers. They're gonna use everything against you, man, when you get arrested. Just so you know.
Be considered self-defense. That is according to a newly released arrest report. On Wednesday morning, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf, a junior at Memorial High School in Frisco, Texas, was killed at a track meet. Police said a student from Centennial High School in Frisco, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, stabbed Metcalf in the chest during a fight. Anthony was arrested, now charged with first-degree murder, and is being held in the Collin County Jail on a $1 million bond. Our Fox 4 Dallas team has been covering all of the information here. Alex Boyer has the latest.
Now, they said there was a GoFundMe, and I did see one, and it kind of like I saw somebody reporting on it, and it had like kind of like Anthony's side of the story, right?
In that 7-page arrest warrant affidavit, several witnesses, including Metcalf's twin brother, describe how that deadly encounter went down. It also revealed that the suspect reportedly admitted to a Frisco police officer that
That's good to know.
that he stabbed Metcalf.
My son is going.
Maybe that other kid came in, hot. Maybe they both came in hot, but the knife thing is just unexcusable. From what it sounds like to me happened, right? I mean, from what the information we have, that's just my opinion.
He always was one to step up and be the person that would do the right thing. And he was doing the right thing by saying to this gentleman that you're not supposed to be in this tent. This is like because they have personal items there.
That's the thing. You're not supposed to be in this tent because they have personal items there. That leads me to believe it wasn't a fan tent. It makes me feel like, to me, that sounds like a team's tent is not bleachers. It's like their base. That's what it sounds like, the way they're describing it.
In a statement released by the Metcalf family this afternoon, they say their focus is now on laying Austin to rest. Meanwhile, I can tell you that Anthony remains in the Collin County Jail on a $1 million bond. Alex Boyer, Fox 4 News.
Alex, thank you so much. Now, our Fox 4 Dallas team, as I mentioned, has been covering all of this from the get-go.
No,
they had a
I'm
one-on-one
sorry, did I say football event? You are right. It was a track and field event. Now, I think the kid was he was the one that was ended. He was a football star, right? So
conversation with Austin's father.
Well, it started with a call from his football coach who was not at the track.
Now remember, there's some places have self-defense laws, but it's tricky. You have to do it within reason, right? You can't say, "Oh, self-defense." Like someone pushed me and I got out a nuclear bomb and blew the person up into smithereens. That's like excessive. You'll get in trouble for that.
Meet and said, I think Austin has been stabbed. And I said, where at? And he said, Kukendall Stadium. And I said, I'm on my way. So I drove up there, went through a load of police officers.
Now, Renee says, does it matter what sport it was? I mean, look, it may. It's not. No, I know you're not trying to be smart, but it may be. It may. I do believe that when things are being reported, they have to be very, how would I say, factual. I mean, like maybe the fact that it was a track and field game is more relevant than a football thing, because I believe Anthony, the kid that's in jail, I think he was a track and field star. I think I read that somewhere. So yeah, I think it does make a difference. Just to keep the facts out there, you know what I mean? And to be precise. I'm not convinced. I know there's some people here like Eve and saying that about the tent or the bleachers. I think that's another thing. People would say, well, what's the difference between a tent and bleachers? I don't know, man. The tent seems like it's being described as their base, like the team's base. I don't know.
And was able to see my son on the gurney.
I think the term I'm trying to say is, for the sake of uniformity, you have to the evidence and everything has to be precise. Like, you know, like what color shirt was he wearing? You know, what if like there was a switch of shirt? What if they got the wrong person? You know, what if it was during a football game and, you know, they're saying it's a football game, but it was really a track and field game. Maybe this is not the same situation. I don't know. You know, that's what I'm thinking.
With a huge hole and blood all over him, and they were pumping him. He wasn't breathing, and his eyes would roll back in his head. So I had to find his brother. They're twins. And so I found Hunter and tried to get him under control as best we could. And then I loaded him up in my car, and we drove to the hospital as quickly as possible. And we waited. And when the doctors came in and said that he didn't make it, it was tough. My son took it extremely hard. Mm-hmm. I'm still in shock, to be honest. I mean, I'm numb. So it really hasn't hit me. And I don't believe any parent should ever have to bury their child. And I pray that, you know, maybe there's changes made as far as security or things like that. And maybe we can learn from this. And
now, look, man, there's still a lot of stuff, in my opinion, that needs to be put out there. And, you know, a lot of people, like, they jump to the GoFundMe's, like, without facts. And I get it. People are passionate because there is race, like, people are inserting race in here. But I've seen kids of the same race act this way. Well, not with the stabbing or anything, but get into fights over stupid high school team shit. You know what I mean? And maybe women don't get this, but guys in that age, they have like this weird testosterone shit trying to impress girls and everything sometimes, or guys or whatever the hell they're into. And their brains aren't developed. And they also, people feel invincible. So, I mean, it's obvious there's two different races here, but maybe that's irrelevant. Maybe that's irrelevant. There's definitely racist people out there, 100%. Okay? I'm not saying that, but maybe that's irrelevant. You know, I gotta say, with my son, I don't see when he reacts to things like diversity of people, you know, even going to watch, I always say this, watching the Black Panther movie, right? The one with the Marvel one that's almost 100% black cast. All right. As a kid, I remember when we used to watch films that were black actors, mostly, it was like, whoa, that's different. That's not like we're used to. And it was like, it was odd. And I was so happy that when he walked into the theater, there was none of that with him. He watched the movie. That's progress, man. You know what I mean? So are there racist stuff out there? 100%. There's always dummies, right? There's always ignorant people. That's just the way it is. But is it everywhere? No, it's not. Is it part of this situation? Was it a race thing? I think it's more of a team, like my team versus your team. And I think that's stupid as well. But again, these kids were what, 17?
Try to turn a tragedy into something positive to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else's child. I don't want parents to feel like I feel today. So I've already forgiven the person who stabbed him. God's going to take care of everything. God's taking care of my son. I kissed him. When I kissed him goodbye this for the last time, I told him it's not goodbye, it's see you later. So I just have to trust in God and my faith to pull us through. I don't understand his plan.
Also, let me tell you something, because I know people are coming out with this kid. Both kids allegedly are like the best students ever. All right. Like 4.0, whatever. Listen, I'm going to piss you off maybe, but have you seen the way they grade nowadays? Everyone's the best student ever. Everyone's a winner. Okay. So I don't know. Everyone's a 4.0, man. Even the ones that never went to school.
We're all subject to trial and tribulations. God didn't say life was going to be fair or wasn't going to be hard, but he said it'll always be beside you and never leave your side. So we're going to lean deep into our faith. There's a vigil tonight at our church at 7 o'clock. I will be attending also. The outpouring of students and coaches and friends and family that showed up at the hospital immediately. It was just shows the way my son touched people's lives. He was voted team MVP of the football team this year. He carried a 4.0. He was on National Honor Society. He's ranked in the top 50 of the state in his position. He's having D1 colleges contact him. He had a great life ahead of him. And to be taken away.
I heard somebody saying that. He's forgiving because he knows the twins were assaulting Camelo. Listen, I think that's okay. That's your opinion, but I don't know. I want to hear more facts, right? Witnesses and stuff like that. And I still cannot see a scenario where pulling out a weapon like that is justified. I just don't. Now, I'm not saying in this situation. If there were two football players trying to attack me, I'd knock them out. I used to do that in high school, because football players were bullies. A lot of them, they were jocks. And I used to be a martial artist. And I'd wait till the football players would knock me down and then choke them out in a pretzel. It was hilarious. I actually encourage that kind of self-defense, but pulling out a weapon, no. I just want to make it clear. I don't know what happened here. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened here. Yeah, we don't know what happened in the moment. Right? Zir, listen, people's religious faith, I think this guy is, you may say it's a joke, but he's carrying himself pretty well, man. And I'm not a Christian, okay? He's doing pretty well, man, okay? And if it makes people better, then, well, I don't care.
Such a tragedy. I mean, I can't even tell you how I feel because I don't know how I feel. I feel numb at the moment. Yeah. I just hope that this doesn't happen.
Okay, you're saying it's common sense that his son put his hands on Camelo. Okay, then if you really feel that way, you need to make a video like that. That's not the way the law works, man. Unless you were there, I'm not ready to say anything. All I got is a confession, allegedly. They're saying on the internet that he said that he confessed and he asked if it was self-defense, okay? But to say something's absolute, that's not the way things work. And it's biased. In my opinion, it's kind of biased. It's not the way I would do it. Is common sense, or else he wouldn't forgive him ASAP. Laugh. Bro, you can laugh all you want. It doesn't make you more intelligent. It doesn't, man. It doesn't. Maybe the guy probably really, I don't know. I don't know this guy. Maybe he does believe in forgiveness. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I would be pissed off, cursing the kid and stuff. That's the way. But Z9er, you're welcome to your opinion, you know, and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, there's no hard facts right now. We got one kid, like Shelly says, we have one kid passed away. And it looks right now, we're getting one side of the narrative, and it looks really bad right now. Right now. But I'm not looking, dude, I refuse to look at the color thing. Because I've seen 2 white kids get into fights for over stupid school rivalry shit. I've seen brown kids do that. I've seen all kinds of kids get into fight. What lack of info? That's what the court date's for, man.
And any other parent and their child, but I do hope for justice. I do hope for justice, because this is unacceptable.
And the fact that, you know, someone was immediately taken into custody, they know who did this, they are charging him with murder. I mean, how does that make you feel that police immediately got this person?
First of all, I feel sorry for that individual, because he's now made a mistake that's going to cost him the rest of his life. The hard part that cost me is I lost my son, and his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed. My son watched his brother die in his arms.
We saw that yesterday. Let me forward
tell me a little bit more about Austin, about, you know, his personality.
Happened to say that
what we reacted to this interview. So the color is why they haven't released the info, maybe. But this interview, we have it on a previous video.
Try to be kind in this world. And if you can't be kind, find someone who is.
Is there anything else that you want people to know about Austin? You want people to know how he'll be remembered? Is there anything else that you haven't shared?
I mean, it's hard right now. My thoughts are all over the place, to be honest. I mean, there's so many great things about him. I could probably sit here for 3 hours and go on and on and on. But he was a great friend. He was a leader. He was well respected in school by his teammates, by his coaches, by his friends. His girlfriend came up to me and said, you know what? He talks about you a lot, and he loved you, and he treated me with great respect. And he goes, you taught him that, you know. He was going to turn out to be a great individual and impact this world with positivity. So he was on the right track.
All right, he's batting for his son. Now look, I can't think of a scenario where you could pull out a knife like that. I can't think of a scenario like that justifies that. And that's what I'm going by. Unless there's like another weapon pulled that we don't know of. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Real quick, I'm going to give you guys a minute to ask me anything. Then I'm going to conclude this video on a Sunday, and then I'll have more info on this maybe tomorrow. The GoFundMe says it's 60,000. GoFundMe for suspect Austin. I don't see the GoFundMe anywhere, man. You bring a knife to a sporting event, you're ready for trouble. Both kids were honor students and athletes. I'm telling you right now, every kid's an honor student nowadays. You feel for the twins? I mean, I gotta see, man. I gotta see. I feel for the twins too, man. I feel for the family. Maybe it was, I mean, I don't want to say I'm just one-sided. There's like two kids here ruined. Yeah. It's like two kids ruined, man. You know what I mean? It's like two athletic kids, supposedly, good students. You know what I mean? Young, good-looking kids. For something so stupid. You know? But yeah, moving forward with like cases like this, we will cover them if you guys like them. I mean, there's nothing to like, but if you guys are interested in them, but again, I'm not gonna jump to conclusions, or I will mention maybe if there's some allegations that are like gaining traction on things, but I'm not gonna say they're factual until things are proven. Until things are locked in stone, I'm not gonna invent stuff and stuff. Leave that for the dumbasses on channels. I can't take that. I can't take that. I seen people come on here and say, you don't know anything about this case. And I go, what are you talking about? Because this, and the other. And they cite people that make up stories. And it's like, bro, get some mental help and get out of here. Kamala's a great kid. I don't know. To me, all kids are great, man. I don't know what happened here, man. This is just fucked up. Yeah, I don't know if this falls into self-defense. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's excessive. It's very excessive. I don't see it. Will he get 99 years or whatever ridiculous thing I'm hearing, that massive amount of time? Probably not. But it's going to be some punishment, man. There's going to be some punishment. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching here at Nerd Report. You can continue the conversation in the comments. If you want after the show, we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.